Welcome, tennis fans from all corners of the globe, to what is rapidly becoming the most electrifying storyline of the 2026 tennis season. We broadcast to you as the sun sets over the majestic Coachella Valley, illuminating the pristine hard courts of the Indian Wells Tennis Garden. This is the BNP Paribas Open, a tournament affectionately and accurately dubbed the fifth Grand Slam. The stakes are monumental, the pressure is crushing, and the atmosphere in the California desert is absolutely electric. Amidst the towering palm trees and roaring crowds, one name is echoing louder than any other: Alexandra Eala. The whole world is watching. The whole world is waiting. A 20-year-old Filipina sensation has exploded onto the biggest stage in tennis, leaving a trail of awe in her wake. Today, we unpack every detail of her historic run, her monumental clash with American tennis royalty Coco Gauff, and the towering challenge that stands in her way in the round of 16, the formidable Czech powerhouse, Linda Noskova. To grasp the magnitude of Eala's rise, we must reflect on the shockwaves she sent through the tennis world over the last 48 hours. This is a player who has not merely arrived on the main tour, she has kicked the door off its hinges. Just weeks ago, at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Championships, Eala faced world number 4, Coco Gauff, in a humbling encounter, losing in straight sets, 6-0, 6-2. Many pundits prematurely wrote off her chances during the Sunshine Double, assuming the psychological scars of that defeat would linger. But what unfolded in Stadium 1 at Indian Wells was a revelation. Eala appeared transformed, tactically brilliant, unshakably composed, and brimming with self-belief. The stage was set for a blockbuster third-round encounter, a primetime night session with over 16,000 fans packed into the colossal stadium. The majority were cheering for their homegrown hero, Coco Gauff, draped in stars and stripes. Yet throughout the arena, Filipino fans made their presence known, waving flags and chanting with undeniable energy, fully mobilized behind their sporting icon. Eala stepped onto the court not as an underdog hoping for a miracle, but as a master tactician executing a flawless game plan. From the first baseline rally, it was clear this was a different Alexandra Eala. She dictated the tempo with authority, served with pinpoint accuracy, and neutralized Gauff's aggressive return game. Her first serve percentage in the opening frames? An astonishing 96%, with 0 double faults. She varied pace, deployed drop shots with surgical precision, and relentlessly targeted Gauff's forehand, drawing out a shocking number of unforced errors. Breaking Gauff's serve 3 times in the first 5 games silenced the American crowd and sent the Filipino contingent into delirium. Eala took the first set 6-2, delivering a level of tennis that left commentators scrambling for superlatives. The second set brought unexpected drama. Gauff, struggling with her serve and committing 7 uncharacteristic double faults, called for medical attention. Despite taping and treatment on her left forearm and shoulder, she could not continue. After 54 minutes of play, Gauff signaled her retirement. While the match ended prematurely, the scoreboard told one clear story: Alexandra Eala was dominating, outplaying, outthinking, and outmaneuvering the world number 4. Yet what happened next defined Eala not only as a prodigy, but as a true ambassador of the sport. She immediately checked on Gauff, showing genuine empathy. During her post-match interview, coincidentally on International Women's Day, Eala delivered a heartfelt speech, thanking women who paved the way, praising Gauff as a role model, and dedicating a moment to her mother in the stands, wishing all mothers a happy Women's Day. It was a moment of profound grace from a 20-year-old carrying the weight of a nation on her shoulders. With this historic victory, Eala became the first Filipino to reach the round of 16 at Indian Wells, her live ranking surging toward the top 30. But the tournament waits for no one. Standing in her path in the 4th round is an even greater challenge. World number 14, 21-year-old Czech phenom Linda Noskova, a player with explosive power, ice in her veins, and a game perfectly suited for the grueling desert courts. This is the matchup everyone is talking about. 2 of the brightest young stars colliding for a quarterfinal spot at a WTA 1000 event. Prepare for a deep dive into the tactical battles, historical context, and psychological warfare that will determine who survives and advances at Indian Wells. To truly appreciate the gravity of Eala's run, one must understand her unprecedented stardom. In the world of tennis, there are popular players, and then there are cultural phenomena. Alexandra Eala firmly belongs in the latter category. She is, without a doubt, the WTA-certified rock star of 2026. This is not just hyperbole. Tournament directors around the world are taking note of Alexandra Eala. Whether she's competing in Australia, the Middle East, Europe, or North America, Eala brings an army of supporters with her. The Filipino diaspora is massive, fiercely patriotic, and deeply invested in her success. We witnessed it when she won the U.S. Open girls singles title in 2022, and again during her magical run to the Miami Open semifinals last year, where she defeated 3 Grand Slam champions. Right now, that same energy is alive and palpable at Indian Wells, late on a Friday night, during her second-round marathon victory over Diana Yastremska, a grueling 2-hour and 43-minute battle that pushed her to the absolute physical brink. Stadium 3 was packed to the rafters, fans waving flags and chanting her name even in the freezing desert cold. Eala herself has admitted that she did not anticipate this level of fame so early in her career. Growing up idolizing the greats at the Rafa Nadal Academy, she dreamed of high rankings and major titles, but carrying the hopes of an entire nation is a unique and heavy burden. Players like Anya Burke have spoken extensively about the distinct pressure of representing a region that hasn't traditionally dominated tennis. Eala is facing that exact pressure cooker, and yet she handles it with a poise that belies her 20 years on this earth. Tactically, Eala's evolution this week has been remarkable. She has always possessed a lethal left-handed game, capable of generating massive topspin and opening up extreme angles. But what the Rafa Nadal Academy has instilled, along with guidance from her coach Sandroen, is point construction and emotional regulation. Against Yastremska, Eala showed grit. Down and fatigued, she scrambled for every ball, turning defense into offense with breathtaking passing shots. Against Gauff, however, she displayed predatory instinct, recognizing early on that Gauff's forehand was prone to errors and relentlessly targeting it. She never allowed Gauff to find rhythm, taking the ball early, stepping inside the baseline on second serves, and exploiting the slow, high-bouncing courts of Indian Wells to perfection. Her heavy topspin forehand reared up above opponents' shoulders, making aggressive attacks nearly impossible. Eala's drop shot game against Gauff was a masterclass in court geometry. She knew Gauff preferred hanging deep behind the baseline, and Eala's perfectly disguised drops pulled her forward, forcing low-percentage passing shots. It was a complete dismantling, powered by a high tennis IQ and unwavering tactical discipline. But now Eala faces a completely different challenge, Linda Noskova. Who is Noskova, and why should Eala and her legions of fans be concerned? The 21-year-old Czech, currently ranked 14th in the world, is the prototype of the modern aggressive baseline striker. Standing 5 feet 10 inches, she generates devastating power from both wings, taking the ball early to rob opponents of time. Her serve is a massive weapon, capable of earning free points and escaping pressure moments. Noskova's resume is filled with giant-slaying performances, including a stunning upset of world number 1 Iga Swiatek at the 2024 Australian Open. She boasts a WTA 500 title from Monterrey and reached the WTA 1000 final in Beijing last year. Fearless on big stages, Noskova is mentally and physically battle-tested, as evidenced by her 2.5-hour comeback win over Serena Cersei at Indian Wells, where she overcame a tight first-set tiebreak loss to win 6-7, 6-4, 6-4. This sets the stage for one of the most compelling narratives of the tournament, the so-called Czech curse. In her professional career, Eala has faced Czech opponents 11 times and lost every single match. That's 0 wins, 11 defeats. She has struggled against their flat, penetrating ground strokes, heavy serving, and tactical pragmatism, which disrupt her fiery, momentum-driven style. From the Qatar Open to Wimbledon, Canadian Open, and Japan Open, Eala has repeatedly taken opening sets against Czech players only to collapse under their methodical pressure. For Eala to establish herself as a consistent top-tier threat, she must finally break this curse. But the plot thickens. While Eala's professional record against Czech players is abysmal, her specific head-to-head with Linda Noskova tells a radically different story. This Wednesday will mark their first meeting on the WTA Tour, but these two young stars know each other intimately from their junior days. In fact, Eala was Noskova's absolute nightmare in juniors. Their first encounter came at the prestigious Les Petits tournament in France in 2018, a stage where Eala consistently overpowered and outmaneuvered the Czech phenom. Eala was just 12 years old when she first faced Noskova in a massive junior draw. The two met in the final of a grueling, dramatic three-set epic, with Eala emerging victorious, 5-7, 6-3, 7-6. Fast forward 2 years to the 2020 French Open Girls Tournament, and they met again on the red clay of Roland Garros in the quarterfinals. Once more, Eala outlasted the Czech phenom, winning 4-6, 6-3, 6-2. So, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? When a player burdened by an 11-match losing streak against a country faces a player from that same nation she dominated in juniors, the stage is set for a psychological chess match of the highest order. Noskova knows she possesses the firepower to overwhelm Eala just as her compatriots have done 11 times before. Yet buried deep in her mind are memories of those junior defeats, a reminder that Eala has the defensive skills and tactical guile to expose her movement. Conversely, Eala knows the Czech curse, but she can draw confidence from her historical dominance over Noskova in juniors. The tactical keys to this match are clear. For Alexandra Eala, the objective is disruption. She cannot allow long, flat cross-court rallies, which play perfectly into Noskova's strengths. Instead, Eala must exploit her left-handed advantage, dragging Noskova off the court and using heavy topspin forehands to pin her deep in the backhand corner, opening up down-the-line space. Slice and drop shots, previously lethal against Gauff, will be critical. While Noskova is tall and powerful, her forward and backward movement is not as explosive as her lateral mobility. By drawing her to the net on Eala's terms, Eala can execute the passing shots that have become her trademark. Maintaining a sky-high first serve percentage is equally vital, as any dip gives Noskova the chance to feast on second serves and seize early control. For Linda Noskova, the strategy is more straightforward, but no less challenging against a defensive powerhouse like Eala. She must play first-strike tennis, dominate with her first serve, and step inside the baseline whenever possible to rip winners into open court. Controlling the center of the court is critical. If Eala gains baseline dominance, she will run Noskova ragged under the desert heat. Targeting Eala's backhand return with wide serves on the ad court could open the court for a put-away forehand, but executing that against Eala's anticipation and court coverage is no small task. The intangibles of this matchup are equally significant. Stadium 1 at Indian Wells is massive, and the Filipino community will be out in force, creating an atmosphere reminiscent of a Davis Cup or Billie Jean King Cup tie. Noskova is known for her stoic demeanor, but she must block out a partisan crowd feeding a fiery, energized Eala. For Eala, the challenge is opposite. She thrives off crowd energy, but must maintain a calculating mindset to execute her tactical plan without overhitting or rushing. Fatigue will also play a role. Eala spent nearly 3 hours on court battling Yastremska and faced the emotional intensity of defeating Gauff. Noskova is coming off a brutal 2.5-hour comeback over Circe. Both are young, incredibly fit athletes, but the dry California desert can sap strength and focus. Recovery, physical maintenance, and mental sharpness over the last 48 hours may ultimately decide who emerges fresher in a potential third set. This matchup is more than just a fourth-round clash. It's a glimpse into the future of women's tennis. We are entering an era of incredible depth, where players like Eala and Noskova are capable of winning the biggest titles. The WTA rankings are volatile, and points on offer at a WTA 1000 event like Indian Wells can define the trajectory of a player's season. A win for Eala not only breaks the Czech curse, but solidifies her status as a top, 30 contender, potentially propelling her toward the top 20 before the French Open, a monumental achievement for Philippine sports and a boost for tennis in Southeast Asia. For Noskova, a win reinforces her dominance in the new Czech generation, proving that her Australian Open breakthrough was no fluke and that she is ready to consistently challenge the top names in the sport. The stage is set, the narratives intertwined, contrasting styles, a historical junior rivalry, the professional losing streak, partisan fans, and the high stakes of the BNP Paribas Open. This is why we love tennis. Wednesday in the California desert promises to be an absolute cinematic spectacle. To summarize, for Eala, this match is about destiny. It is about transforming from a beloved national hero into a ruthless, consistent contender at the sport's pinnacle. Breaking the Czech curse against a player of Noskova's caliber would send a definitive message. Alexandra Eala has arrived. A victory would place her firmly in the quarterfinals of one of the world's biggest tournaments, cementing her legacy as the greatest Filipino tennis player of all time before her 21st birthday. For Noskova, it is about asserting dominance, silencing the roaring crowd, avenging junior defeats, and bulldozing her way toward a WTA 1000 trophy. She has the weapons, the form, and the composure to execute. This is a clash of styles, personalities, and histories. Eala's tactical brilliance and passionate energy against Noskova's flat, devastating power and icy resolve. The entire tennis world will be watching with bated breath. Now it's your turn. Who do you have winning this monumental showdown in the desert? Will Alexandra Eala feed off her massive fan base, harness her tactical wizardry, and finally break the Czech curse? Or will Linda Noskova's overwhelming firepower and first-strike tennis prove too much for the Filipina star? Drop your predictions, scorelines, and tactical thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading and engaging with your takes. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications for more in-depth tennis coverage, and leave a like to share this analysis with the global tennis community. The world awaits Wednesday at Indian Wells, and we'll be right here to cover the fallout. Until next time, enjoy the tennis and savor every moment.